Oh. Everyone on mute. Here we go, we're live now. Hey. Hey. En vivo, indirecto, aquí de Casa Chuy.
Just trying to keep my 6 feet away from y'all.
Casa del Chuy.
¿Y esta mierda que fucking Brian?
That's not me.
Start, man.
That's not even me. It's not my jacket.
Damn, Brian.
Damn it,
You're
Brian.
barking over
my
there.
jacket.
Hey, can you restart that again, Chewy? This no.
Fuck you. Welcome to News Across the Galaxy, where we talk all things LA Galaxy.
Live from NAG Towers.
Go for it.
I am. Oh, again?
Yeah, do it again. Just do it again.
We're in
for
quarantine,
real?
so whatever.
Live from NAG
Dude,
Towers
this
in
is gonna be up on
Burbank,
purpose.
California. It's NAG Live.
News Across the Galaxy, where we talk all things LA Galaxy, and that's it. I'm Brian. Next to me is Corona Eddie.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Next
Damn.
to him is Modelo Chuy.
What's up?
Across from me on the table, Spenny. Yay. Spen Bayless.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Go ahead, keep finishing.
And I guess I'm Brian.
You forgot one person.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, what a dick.
Damn.
My mic even fell off for that.
Damn.
And
I
Edgar,
remember
of
that.
course, he's with us remotely.
Quarantine.
Also Corona. No.
No, it's Pomona.
Pomona. Damn it, Rona, you're a fucking cop blocker.
Dude. Funny. Sorry, I
Excuse
started
me,
laughing.
sir. We prefer Phillips Ranch over here.
Phillips Ranch.
And with my special guest tonight, Carlos Cudicini. Hey!
Spoiler alert.
We're not there yet.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Get back in your crate, Carlos.
Oh, that's fucked up. Poor Carlos. He's been through enough. Guy survived a motorcycle accident.
Hey, bro, we're all gonna survive, the coronavirus. So he's got nothing on us.
Are we? No, shit.
All right. Enough of this.
We are, damn it. We are.
Enough of the depressing shit. So obviously, there's no games to talk about.
There is not.
There's no games to preview
There is not.
because we don't know when we're playing. If the league will continue. Well, one thing we know is we won't be playing till mid-May, if at earliest, right?
I doubt that.
Is that what Vince McMahon said?
Well, that's the projected right now for
this is like-
MLS.
Oh wait, I thought this was XFL talk.
Oh,
XFL's done. They're canceled.
Oh,
Show.
my bad. Damn. Okay, hold on. I gotta change my cap.
I think all of 2020 is canceled, to be honest.
All right.
It feels that way, man. That feels it's such a.
My
down-
birthday's in the summer. The virus can burn by the time it gets to my
Fuck you.
birthday.
Man, I heard Tom Brady got traded to the LA Wildcats.
You can't trade with team leagues. That'd be some shit, huh?
Actually, it was the Tampa Bay Mutiny.
Oh, there you go.
Aw.
Edgar, you totally missed that. I'm disappointed in you on that one. You call yourself bold.
Tampa Bay Mutiny. Damn it, I remember the LA Salsa. So there.
Mister since '96.
All right. All right. So we're gonna bring some content we came up with here. Being longtime Galaxy fans, one thing I want to start with here is our top 5 DPs.
Oh, top 5.
I would like to whoever happens to be listening to us. We're gonna end with what 3 DPs or what 3 Galaxy players you wanted to see play together.
Yeah,
So drop that in the comments while we get to that.
Let me shout that out appropriately. Anthony Jovel on Twitter tagged
Shout out.
all of the Galaxy podcasts asking what 2 Galaxy players in Galaxy in the past 25 years of Galaxy history would you want to see play together. So we just remixed a little bit since there's 3 DPs. You know,
3 players.
3 players in their prime that you would like to see play together. That'll be at the end. So if
Drop
you
your
guys-
answers in the comments.
Yes. But for now, the top 5 DPs for the Los Angeles Galaxy. Go.
I guess I'll start it. I'm gonna
Wait. Are we doing it from
one. Everyone does one.
from the one that you think is the most important, or are we doing it just random 5 and giving our reasons why we're there and there?
I'm gonna just give 5.
Okay.
If you go to 1, 2, 3, I could do that. But my top 5, my top My top one, I'll start. My top one is Robbie Keane.
Number one.
I think if you're gonna look at DP accomplishments overall, you got to look at, first of all, trophies. Did you win with this player?
Mm-hmm.
Were they an impactful player as far as making teammates better? And all of that encompasses Robbie Keane. He was worth the money. He won championship after championship after championship. He didn't need David Beckham to win championships.
He did not.
He won with a pretty young defensive line and a young Zardes, and he made players around him better.
Like Zardes.
He was a legit captain that held everybody accountable on the field at any time of the game, and he didn't give up on you. You know, he played to his strengths as best as possible, and he played away from his weaknesses. And even when he messed up, you know, he would accept it. And when he didn't get the service he wanted, he would let you know, even if your name was
He would
David
pull
Beckham.
up his shorts and scream at you.
Yeah.
And throw his hands.
So my top DP, not just in the Galaxy, but in league history, is Robbie Keane. Talking about 3 trophies, playoffs every year, our captain.
Arguably the best DP
Should have been
of all
MVP.
time.
Should have been MVP.
All right, he was once.
But I
He was
should have been
MVP once.
he should have been the MVP on those back-to-back years.
Yeah, I think so too.
He came in
Those-
killing it.
Against Houston, those were fucking dope.
He took us to the
That's
playoffs.
your number one? Like your number one?
Yeah, my number one in league history and in Galaxy history.
Yeah.
Robbie Keane. You guys talking about 3 rings over there. 3 rings over there in what, 5 years?
Let's see. To me, Robbie Keane is the best DP of all time. But my number one DP is going to go to Landon Donovan. Reason is because he stayed in his league to watch it grow and stayed here to keep that progression going. He deserved that DP, and he wanted to see the MLS be one of the top leagues in the world, and he was one. You know, we have a fucking award named after him. So to me, Landon Donovan is my number one DP just because he started the trend.
Ooh, he said. he got
Landon
an award.
Donovan is your number one. DP.
Yeah,
He's
to
got
me,
it. He's got an award named after him. That's
Yeah. Hey, that's what we're here for, right?
Fuck it, I'll go next. I'm gonna go with Bex, man. Bex, that sacrifice, the sacrifice he made. He was 31 when he came, dude. That guy could have gone many places, and then when he came to a horrible team.
Yeah.
Even though he went on loan in AC Milan, he still came back. He fulfilled this contract, and at the end of the day, he still got 2 titles. The guy scored some bangers. It took a while, of course, for him to put his heart into it, but
To give it his all.
yeah,
And at 31, I mean, he still had legs to fucking give us a lot of football.
yeah. And then just the way what he did for the league and
Change his position.
change his position. Well, that was kind of Bruce's.
He still did it.
brainchild. Yeah, no, he did. Yeah. I mean, what it was to him a lower level league. A lower level coach told him to change position. He accepted it. He did it, and he performed. So yeah, man. For me, it's got to be Bex.
Number one.
Yeah, number one.
Chiasso?
Man, nah, leave Chewy to work.
Edgar,
Yo,
your number one DP signing of the LA Galaxy.
I have to go with David Beckham. And the reason I mentioned Beckham is because while the league had done a good job to maintain itself and make a name for itself, especially after the success of the U.S. national team in World Cup 2002, to really grab the world's attention and to, start the whole process of getting higher tiered, European players to come over. David Beckham came over, and it just all of a sudden there was a spotlight on the league. He came to LA. All of a sudden people from all over the world knew who the LA Galaxy was. His jersey was being sold everywhere. It was the numbers were staggering. I think they made up more than enough to pay for his entire contract on jersey sales alone. And a lot of people that I know got their season tickets that same year that David Beckham came in, and they've stuck around all these years. So maybe, he's often criticized because maybe people say that, his heart wasn't in it, because he was going back and forth. But the fact that like Eddie said, he made a big sacrifice coming over here. We could have gone somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
He left, the Galacticos with Madrid. That was a
What
big
up, Scott?
team, and he
Those
won
Galacticos,
championships.
though.
And he came over here, and yeah, that first team was terrible. And could you blame him for feeling, kind of like damn, did I make the right choice? But once
No.
Bruce came in here, Bruce really, put things together, and he won 2 championships, and he got to leave the league on his own terms. Um, so I mean, after that, a lot of other players started coming over. I mean, do you really think Robbie Keane would have come over if it wasn't for David Beckham? He set the standard, and like a lot of people followed him over here. I would even say Zlatan Ibrahimovic. One of the reasons he came over is because he saw, that David Beckham, blazed this trail, and the other players followed, suit, and along he comes, and he's like, I'm gonna make my mark as well. So number one DP, David Beckham. The rule was named after him. I mean, what else can you say?
That's what I was gonna say, but I knew you were gonna take the reins, so I just I just left it for you to say.
Think back to 2007 when he came over, and remember the big media furor around him. I mean, it was
Oh
huge.
yeah,
You cannot escape it. It was everywhere.
it was. Well, it changed. It changed overnight because my first season tickets were the year before he came,
Yeah.
so I went through the whole season with season tickets without Beckham, and then I went into this new season, where the Beckham buzz started, and then when he came, dude, shit changed like overnight.
Man.
It did.
It did. It wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't
but
the same
for me,
anymore.
it didn't matter. We would go to those autograph signings, and there'd be the stupid long line for David Beckham. I'd be like, I'm gonna go chill with Dan Donovan again.
Hell yeah.
Just go
He's
back.
like,
in
I'm
line.
gonna go.
Go back
I'm gonna
in
go
line to
hang out
Landon
with Chris
Donovan.
Klein. He goes, I'm gonna
Like,
go.
hell
I'm gonna
yeah,
go
Chris
get
was
Ty
dope.
Harden's autograph. Damn it.
For me, it's not about who did it first, it's about who did it best. And I think if we're talking about numbers overall, who did it best, you're talking about personal, what he got, what they did for money wise, but what
Yeah.
they did for fans personally, I gotta say Robert King, because there ain't nothing better than winning.
And 3 of them.
And we didn't win with David Beckham. He didn't do it by himself. Robbie Keane didn't need no David Beckham. David Beckham didn't need Robbie Keane.
Then in that case, Donovan should be your number one because he carried the whole.
He's
whole
my
team
number one. That's
in
why he's my number
2005.
one.
Landon Donovan is just like in his own. He's
He's an award named after him. Let's see what
it's just Landon Donovan I respect in different ways because he did his career his way.
Yeah.
The boy retired 3 times.
Yeah. Came back,
Just
worked
like,
26, scored a goal.
I don't want to go to work. I retire.
Wait, is he even retired? Do we know?
I don't know. I think he's playing with San Diego now. Oh, no, he's coaching.
He was.
Player coach.
Number 2.
Ooh.
I'll go with number 2 since we're on that subject. Donovan, number 2 for me. Donovan, just what he did as a non-DP, and then of course when he became a DP, he still got 2 more. I believe he wasn't a DP when he got the first. No, yeah, he was. Well, whatever. He won as a non-DP. He won as a DP, and the dude just gave it his all till he couldn't, or his heart wasn't in it no more.
Yeah.
He literally earned his DP money.
Yeah, he did.
Look around the league too. Like how many players like. I'll call him a bitch ass Eddie Johnson, doing the dollar sign fucking thing when he wanted a DP contract on TV.
And then not just that,
but
also-
Donovan stuck with it. Sorry.
and also Landon Donovan in the offseason, he would go play.
Is that your what's your number 2?
My numbers. I'm just giving your number 2 some credit. My number 2 is gonna be David Beckham, because he started that trend of bringing quality outside help as a DP, and not just that, he put MLS on the map, which was very important to what we have now as an MLS league in general.
Copy paste.
There it is. I just changed a few words.
My number 2 overall, we're going overalls, is Landon Donovan. The guy won before he came. He won while he was here non-DP. He won while he was a DP. He got to retire 3 times.
Anyone
Got
guesses?
a title, got a trophy named after him. He just did everything his way while winning.
And add real quick, he got dicked out of a World Cup call up,
Ooh.
and he still won.
Don't
the
even
cup.
bring
That
that
wasn't
up.
necessary, man.
Don't bring that up.
And no,
Don't
I'm saying
bring that
no. My
up.
point is that same year he went on to win
Wando.
the
Fuck
MLS
Wando.
Cup.
Fuck Wando.
He still played.
How about that?
Despite that, he still played.
That was unnecessary, but
Fucking Wando.
that's my number 2. And
What you got, Edgar? What you got number 2 over there? What's number 2 in Pomona?
Number 2 has to be Robbie Keane for all the reasons that you guys have stated, but just for the simple fact also, that he provided a lot of leadership. All the experience that he has over the years. He brought a stability and a leadership, and the guy also had a sense of humor. So it wasn't like he came more like some kind of like serious general, started barking at his teammates. He had a good, he had a very good sense of humor, and he was able to balance that and keep his teammates loose, but at the same time keep them focused, on the prize, which is winning the MLS Cup. Um, yeah, the few times I got to interview him, he was just a consummate professional. Just everything you could ever ask for in a DP. Not as marketable as David Beckham, or Zlatan,
Right.
but the guy was everything you needed to win a championship. He gave it to you. He gave his all, and he came over. And one of the things that I really admired about him was that when Stevie G came over, Steven Gerrard, he even warned them, like, remember, you're not coming here, on holiday. You're coming here to play.
Yeah.
But Steven Gerrard had, he already mailed it in anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. I feel bad because Gerard was one of my favorite players growing up. Uh, Spoiler alert: he will be one. He will be one of my three that I wanted to see play together with somebody else.
Yeah. I feel that it was unfortunate that we saw Steven Gerrard's end his career out here, and we didn't see the best of him because this dude was one of the best box to box center midfields. And in his heydays, dude, he was a fucking monster.
It sucks. Look, I think it sucks for like you're not everyday soccer fans because excuse me. Even though I saw that Gerard, I still was able to appreciate I don't know if you guys remember like a game against Houston where he gave that fucking sick ass ball to Gio.
Dude, yes, he
when
still has
like
dimes.
on
He had
a
dimes.
dime,
He
And
still
then
had
you
dimes.
appreciate you got to see it. Like I knew what this guy had to offer. Obviously, Gerard, he wasn't gonna be the same guy I grew up to watch, but I still got to see little flashes of it.
Do you guys feel that?
But it sucks for like the not everyday soccer fans that are like, oh, who the fuck is this guy?
Is this? Yeah. Do you guys feel that Steven Gerrard took this league lightly
Yes.
Nah.
and didn't think it was going to be as physical and with the travel, get tired and stuff like that?
I honestly think he did come to retire. I think it was just a perfect storm for him, and that he thought that he can cruise through it, that he was coming to look to be a really legit team. Because remember, he came in when it was Van Dam, De Jong, Keane, Giovanni Dos Santos. So you have the pieces
Yeah.
to make it a legit team
On paper, we look
if
good.
everybody can stay healthy. But, even Robbie Keane started getting hurt around that time. Gio obviously was getting hurt. De Jong was hurting his own players, fucking hurting De La Garza's feelings because he played too rough in practice. True story.
Yeah, true story.
Out of his mouth. So if you're Stevie Gerrard and you're looking at this and you're like, damn, all I got to do is just provide service. You had, a world-class stopper behind you. You didn't have to be. You didn't have to be that Stevie Gerrard box to box. You just had to be in the final third,
hitting those dimes
with an MVP in the league already, who won 3 titles, and then you have Giovanni Dos Santos on the wing. I mean, I would be like, hell yeah, let's cruise to this. Pay me.
So that's your number 3.
Mine?
I'm just kidding.
Absolutely not.
go ahead, Edgar.
What's your number 3 though?
Oh, hold on, my bad. Go ahead, Edgar.
No, it's like I don't want to be. I mean, I know we're trying to be positive, but the one thing I always had against Gerrard was that he never ever assisted on defense ever. He never ran back. He never tried to help anything on defense, and it really hurt us a lot. I remember there were times he would just give up. Like somebody would take the ball from him, and he would just give up. Just like kind of just put his hands on his shoulders, and you're like, "Come on, just chase the ball down." I mean, when you learn the sport, you're taught. Somebody takes the ball from you, go get it back. And he would just be like, whatever. I mean, if it wasn't for Andrea and for Pirlo being like so nonchalant, I would say CVG was like right there. The most nonchalant player I ever saw come to MLS.
I mean, also Steven G, he was fucking like 1,000 years old when he came. So, I mean, it sucks that we got to see that Steven Gerrard.
I didn't expect much from him.
Ouch. Number 3.
Number 3.
What's to be number 3?
Mine, just because it's kind of obvious. David Beckham.
Oh, no way.
Oh, shit. You don't say.
Thanks for the rings. Thanks for the attention. We don't know what the league would have been, but he made it happen sooner, I guess, rather than later.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's a good DP signing.
To me, it's going to be...
Kind of,
Yeah. To me, it's gonna be Robbie Keane just because of his accomplishments. I said it like that because of the trajectory of what each of one of those players accomplished in the league. Donovan being the face of American soccer to American soccer, Beckham for putting it out in the world, and then Keane for being the best DP of all time. I don't think there's much of an argument there of him being the best DP of all time.
Yeah, I got Keane at number 3 too. It's just like I guess impactful wise, that's why I put Beckham, and then I put just the hard work and the longevity, the time that Donovan was here at number 2, and then Keane just fucking flat out just came in and played, So that's the only reason I have him at third and not first or second. Is just the impact that was off the field as well too. So.
And those top three changed the structure of MLS and what it looks like now. They all had a big hand in what is the MLS right now, or what is MLS right now, not the MLS.
I wonder who Edgar has at number 3.
He's Landon Donovan.
Oh shit! No way.
Shit! Oh no way!
All right. No, I just I think it was Bryant that said that. I mean, you could make the argument that he was the first DP, to come to the team because he was such a big signing when the Galaxy got him in 2005. Up until that time, being a Galaxy fan, had been really frustrating. I mean, even though they won in 2002, you look back at 96 and 99 and 2000. I mean, there's so many frustrations, and I remember there were times when you look across the field and the guy that was celebrating a big victory of your team, Landon Donovan. I remember that one year that they beat us in the MLS Cup, the Earthquakes did, and then Donovan was one of the main reasons why. And all of a sudden, there he is playing for our guys, and after he joined the team, there was like it was like this weird shift. And all of a sudden, it felt like, like maybe we could actually win something. The team had a hard time in 2005, and they barely got into the playoffs. But then they went on that run, and Landon Donovan was one of the reasons, why he stuck with the team through all those years. And they went through some hard times when Beckham came over, but he was always like the base, the solid base of that team, and one of the reasons why the Galaxy became such a dynasty, especially throughout the mid 2010s, I guess you could say.
05 Landon Donovan signing is why I became more of a diehard fan because I was over losing to him. I'm like, yes, fuck everybody now. Yeah. That's when I really bought in when they signed Landon Donovan. I was like,
the guy carries a lot of respect too. I remember like one time, many years ago, it was after a game against the Earthquakes, and I remember like for some reason I was hanging around the stadium late. And I was walking back to that one bar across the street, and I was wearing my Landon Donovan jersey from that 2005 season, and all of a sudden I ran into the Earthquake supporters, and they surrounded me, and I was like, oh no, they're really drunk. And I remember like one of them was like, kill him, and the other guy put his arm around me, and he's all like, look, he's wearing a Donovan shirt. And then I was like, remember, he won you guys a couple of championships, and they're like, well, that is true. You get a pass or something. And then they just like patted me in the back, and then I went on my way, and I was like, whoa, what the heck was that?
Sounds like a scene from a bad 90s movie.
Right?
Kill him! Right. So I think it should get interesting, sort of. Number 4s. Anybody want to take that number 4? You know what, Edgar? You always go last. We'll let you go number 4 first.
Wait, you're giving number 4 first? What? All right, my number 4 is Zlatan.
It's not Omar Gonzalez?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Who is that?
I mean, the guy, you love him or you hate him. And, I mean, come on. That first game against LAFC, I was at the stadium, and I remember thinking to myself, this is horrible. This guy is probably thinking to himself, why the hell did I come here? This team sucks, and, legit got things going, and then Zlatan came in, and then Pontius had that nice header, and all of a sudden they were like, hey, you know what? I think we have a chance, but up until that point, he hadn't really done anything, and then all of a sudden, comes the goal heard around the world,
All
and
he needed was one. That one pass.
damn, everything changed, and then we won the game, and I was just like, oh my god, this guy is gonna eat up the entire league, and sure enough, unfortunately,
He didn't have the backing.
there was
Psych.
something missing,
Yeah.
something missing. There's just something missing,
Stephen Gerrard was
and
missing.
we just didn't get, into the playoffs that first year, and second year it was just, I think he just ran out of gas at the end. Yeah. But yeah, for the impact that he made, the fact that he thrust the LA Galaxy back into the social consciousness of this country, especially if you're a casual sports fan, you knew you were going to come across him at some point because
Yep.
he attracted so much attention,
Yep.
and it was fun. It was nice to see that again, especially because you have that new plastic team across the street, and getting so much attention. And then here's our guy. He's their foil. He completely negated them, shut them down at every opportunity, up until he just ran out of gas, and the team defense let them down. But for everything that he represented, everything that he did, everything his the guy was there for the fans. He always took photos. He signed autographs.
He did.
He might not, maybe after games he wasn't the cuddliest person to come up, and salute the crowd, but he did everything that was asked of him and scored a ton of goals. And so, yeah, solid DP signing. It's just, the team chemistry wasn't all there, and, the defense was lacking. And who knows what could have been if we had like a decent defense like Seattle did against LAFC,
You mean
I really think Galaxy could have made it to MLS Cup last year, but
like if we had like Kyle Veras and Ugu Hemelu and stuff? That would.
Oh,
have
you
been a
mean if
game.
we started Steris with Romney in the center backs?
a little Ty Harden back there, bringing back some old guys,
All I'm gonna remember
maybe.
about Zlatan is that comeback and broken promises.
Broken promises. Damn. Is that your number 4?
No.
Who's
My
your
number 4, I'm just gonna give it to somebody that I think earned the DP spot. He was a good captain
Sandrini?
for us. It just didn't work out. I think he was a
No way.
fans player.
Interesting.
Gio
And-
Santos.
Get it out,
Damn.
man.
I'm gonna give it to Yellow Van Dam.
Yay.
So for those that are listening, we're just doing the top 5 DPs, not players of all time, just DPs.
And if you're in the live chat, give us your top 5 DPs from the
Oh,
other Galaxy.
man, interesting.
I think it wasn't a good situation for him, but what you want out of a player, especially somebody that you're willing to pay, I think he gave you everything. He got stripped from the captain's band during halftime of a game, and he still showed up that season more than anybody on that back line. It didn't faze him, He felt the love from the people that just genuinely appreciated his effort on the field.
Hell
you can
yeah.
tell, he was explosive as a center back for us. He scored. I mean, I don't want to say he scored goals, but he had a banger. He had one banger, a couple headers.
Both
But you
against
could,
San Jose.
but you can tell that it meant something to him.
Yeah, he
to
played the
wear-
jersey,
to,
yeah.
to play for this club, and if not for the club, at least for the fans.
The guy that truly embraced like the club.
So
and
I
the
think that's
Which
one
is
thing.
beautiful.
That's one thing that I don't think we get to see too much from the DPs like that. That just connect with the fans. Not even like on let me sign your autograph. It's just I feel it with you.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
here for you. I'm here with you.
I'm gonna add a question to the end of this once we're done. But I think that's gonna be he's gonna be your answer.
That's my fourth.
One thing I loved
best DP.
about Jelly Van Dam, he has so much enthusiasm for the team.
And
He still
does.
loves the
And he
team.
still
If you
does.
follow him,
Yeah.
if you follow him on Twitter or Instagram, he's still repping the Galaxy.
His
and
kids still wear his Galaxy jersey.
He actually posted that toilet paper challenge. Like one of his homies doing it, and his homie was wearing a Galaxy jersey. Like
Yeah.
He wears a
Was it
shorts
last
still.
year? Wasn't it last year? One of his teammates was wearing LAFC cap, and he's like, "Come over here, come
Yeah,
here."
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
playoffs. It was for the playoffs.
He's like, "Get that out of here."
oh man.
So man, I miss the guy, but the reason he left was family issues, and
That's
there's
fine,
nothing
man.
you can do about that.
Yeah.
Family comes first.
They did.
Number 4 for me. It's actually
Gio Santos.
I'm there with
Gio
Edgar.
dos Santos.
I'm there with Edgar. Zlatan, the guy. I mean, if he was here longer, maybe you won a little more. he would have been, in the top 3 easily. But unfortunately, he didn't. But like aside from everything Edgar said, I believe he created a rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Without him, that rivalry would have been not as big as and it won't be that big this year. We're gonna feel him missing. And
I mean, there's no this, so.
If he would have came those 3 years earlier, he talked about, damn,
And Matt,
that would have been 2015.
at 32.
That team, look at that squad again.
But yeah, and then to add what he said, Zlatan was really, really good with the fans too. If you ever met him, despite what was happening on the field, dude was super cool, man. Super cool.
Broken
Always
promises.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You got to remember when he first came over, he was not a DP.
Oh yeah, that's right. He wasn't.
He made promises going into his
It was
DP
it was
season.
Gio, Roman, and
And Jonah. No?
Jonah were the 3 DPs.
ouch.
Broken promises.
For my number 4 is gonna be the same thing with Zlatan. He's the next generation after Zlatan to put MLS on the map.
He's the next one after Zlatan?
After Beckham. Not my bad.
Only Zlatan can follow
after
Zlatan.
No, he's the next one after Beckham to put.
I didn't know Zlatan was that.
Oh, I get
amazing.
it. He was the best DP or the best signing since the non-DP Zlatan. Got it. I got you.
Oh, that one. See.
I got you.
So after Becks, the next big star to come to that Galaxy was Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and he put MLS on the map even further in our COVID world or whatever.
Oh, you need to watch yourself there,
So
man.
Zlatan gets number 4 for me.
Go ahead,
And
man.
number 5.
Go ahead, Spetty.
I got to go with number 5.
number
wait,
5.
You've already gone first. Go ahead.
I go number 5. Shit.
Shit.
Well, I haven't gone first. You want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. It's gonna be Pavon.
Ooh.
Simply because
Copycat.
I think we all have the same answer. So it's just something we're yet to see, but we know is coming if he stays. And it's a preview of the future, not just himself, but what's to come to the league. So he's paving the way for something new. He's the next step after Joseph and Admirion, which I think are fucking ballers on their the respective teams. But Pavon is going to be that next level guy that if we buy him for 20 mil, is going to leave the league at 40 plus
When
mil.
they buy him.
Yeah, when?
20 mil.
Well,
Well, I think he should. So.
maybe he's going to go to the A League where they're actually still playing. They don't spend money in the A League. Don't worry about it. And they don't plan to. Yeah, so Pavon.
Pavon number 5. Fuck, number 5 is pretty tough. Because I do like what Eddie said about Pavon. He's the next one to, make that jump. But to me, because I love his play, Jonah Dos Santos. This guy wants to retire here. He reps LA. He loves it here. That's my guy. Jonah, just because it's Jonah. No further questions. Thanks.
I'm only here.
I'm only here so I won't get fined.
Right, you guys are quiet.
Oh, me?
Cool. Thanks. Hey, cool.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm still kind of torn between two of them, so I'm going to let Edgar take this one.
Gio Dos Santos, man.
I know. He said copycat, so I know.
At my number 5, it's Omar Gonzalez. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's Pavon. I mean, I kind of had a hard time debating this one because I really liked having Romano Alessandrini. I mean, I felt like he contributed a lot when he was healthy, but he wasn't healthy now. And I really like Jonah. I think he's a fantastic player, definitely better than Gio. But
By far, actually.
for what he has done so far and for all the promise that we see in him, it's gotta be Pavon, man. Yeah, and also the fact that he was willing to come over. I mean, the guy he's a quality player. He started for Argentina in the World Cup, against France, and he he's been hailed by Messi as like a genius. I mean, the fact that he's one of our guys, oh man, that's amazing. Now, if only we could get to see him play. Unfortunately, right now we can't. So it's frustrating, But I think that once things clear up and we're back in the stadium, we're gonna see some amazing things from Pavon.
I hope.
So my number 5 is Pavon.
Yeah, we're gonna get to see him for like 1 or 2 games before the summer. With it's about to close, and he goes to where's he gonna go?
Shit. He went to
he's gonna go to-
Arsenal.
Damn, that'd be No, that'd be I don't know. Where would I hate it?
I'll take him in Everton.
Of course you would. Where would
I'll
I
take
hate him?
him at
To?
Fulham. I'll take him at Fulham. How's that?
Oh no.
Nobody hates Fulham.
I hate Fulham.
How dare you?
Oh, Brian hates Fulham. No,
I hate Fulham.
No, you're Merseyside. Never mind.
I'm Merseyside, but I still hate Fulham.
Who's Fulham's rival? What do you think? Ours?
They're their own
Yeah.
rivals.
Tottenham and Chelsea.
Yeah.
North London.
No, Tottenham. No.
Tottenham and Chelsea.
That's North London, no?
All right. Well, either way, this is NAG news.
You sound like you're from London.
I
Hello there, governor.
my number 5 is
Good
just
chimney
like
for ya.
like you and Edgar. It's gonna be Pavon, just because of what he represents. This is the youngest DP signing we've ever made, and he deserved DP money 4 or 5 games into last season.
True.
We knew that he was
Yeah,
going to
he
be a DP. We asked this question when we heard the number 20 million, and I was on board right away before he started scoring these bangers during preseason in Houston. His quality, you could see it since last season.
Yeah,
He's
oh,
the
yeah.
best thing for our future, because if he's able to come in at 23 years old and succeed with the LA Galaxy and hopefully get his contract where he wants or in the favorable club in Europe, then the path is clear. You know, you come to the MLS and you get to go to Europe. You come to the LA Galaxy and you get to choose where you go in Europe.
Ooh.
Those are two very different things.
Ooh.
And
You
the
know?
Galaxy has a history. Of
Those
that
are two
already.
very different things. And who's brought in the most like top tier European players? It's been us.
Of course.
Other teams have scouted really good and gotten, you know, your Jovenkos, your Almiron, your, you know, Joseph Martinez. Not all European, but they've done well. But if you want to talk about contacts in the European leagues where you want to go, not who wants to take you, it's a different story.
At least get a look at.
Or at least, you know, open those conversations.
Makes
know,
his league look like a jump off point to go over there.
You
As
know,
a
the
selling
AEG
league.
president said something very smart when he was introducing Chicharito and said that, you know, it's different that when the Galaxy calls, people actually pick up the phone. And that only adds to the path that a lot of, you know, Liga MX players are taking. They're coming to the MLS so they can be seen by European clubs and get taken by whoever comes knocking. Pavon can be that player that starts knocking at doors himself, you know, starts ringing the doorbells.
Yeah.
You know? Ding dong date, you know, every top European club that he might want to go to. And if one bites, then the path is clear. You come to MLS, you get to Europe. You come to LA Galaxy, and you get to pick where you go.
Or have a chance.
Or have a chance.
That's beautiful.
But it's gonna be so light.
And see,
you
that-
can pick where you want.
And that's the beautiful thing about what Pavon does for this league. He gives the MLS that next step of viewership towards those big ass clubs. Dude, that is tight.
And he's not on my top 5, not on my top 10. But Chicharito coming is only gonna favor him because all the spotlight is on Chicharito.
Yeah, right.
Pavon just has to perform.
He just has the ball
He
out.
just has
Do
to
his
perform.
thing. Do his thing. Yeah, I agree with that.
So you're saying David Bingham's gonna need a contract because he's leading assist in the team.
Oh, yeah. He is. He is.
All right, Brian, you make your decision.
I just said Jonah earlier.
Oh, you did.
I
Oh,
did.
shit.
All right.
And this concludes these. No,
So that concludes the top 5, right?
top 5. Yeah,
For us, yeah.
for us.
So up to you guys.
Yeah.
To answer Alejandro Gonzalez, my answer is yes.
Read the question out loud.
Not for DP money, but
What's the question?
The question is, if Toronto offered us Omar Gonzalez, would you take him?
Oof.
Depends.
Would I go Tam? Yeah, I would. Because our situation, experience. Environment that he's
Who
used
says
to.
you got to go Tam?
Huh?
Who says you got to go Tam?
No, I'm just saying out loud. Like
I got
thinking
5
out
on
loud.
it.
Like, would I even go Tam? I think I would.
Send Raw Felcher over there.
Fuck yeah, in a minute. Hell yeah. Are you kidding me?
That trade would be perfect for us.
It'll be a good
I think it'd be
contract.
good for them too.
It'll be a good contract for them to pick up.
Do you want Shelvick's discovery rights too? You know, in case he comes back, take it. Or however the fuck that works.
If they
Omar back
offered
in the
us,
Galaxy? I don't know about that one. I like the pew. The pew, pew, pew.
No, but nothing
Yeah,
beats
but-
experience, bro.
talking about a winner here, winner Liga MX, winner in Toronto. Well,
He went to a winning team.
Hey, he scored goals for Trinidad too. Remember that?
Oh,
Damn, why you gotta be bullshit, man? What the fuck?
Buzz
Hey
Killington over
man,
here.
Damn,
that's
man.
that's a scar that'll never heal, man.
Fucking Trinidad.
you want to talk about scars that are never here? I got one called fucking Ricardo Clark.
Oh God, he started him too much in that World Cup, man.
Talking about scars. Why don't we get into the worst
That's
DP?
That's the first time a coach ever slapped me in the face, bro.
Ricardo Clark, no.
You're right over there. I think I was gonna hit you that hard.
Damn, Spain Bayless.
A lot of people don't know the details. Edgar might know the details. You know how Ricardo.
Oh, that was.
I don't want to.
I'll say it quick. Let me say it quick.
Quick one.
So I was, I was very,
play,
I was always very vocal about Ricardo Clark, right? And it was a 2010 World Cup where Ricardo Clark starts the first game, we lose, right? With Poland, right? Or whoever it was. Was it Poland? Whoever it was that beat us. And then he doesn't play the next two. He doesn't play the next two games, and then we fucking ball out. We ball out, and then we play Ghana in the knockout round. And Ricardo Clark starts the game for whatever fucking reason. He turns the ball over, and the goal comes off of him fucking turning the ball over. And to add insult, Bob Bradley subs him out before the half ends. It's like, dude, come on, you fucking knew. We all knew. Ricardo Clark was a piece of shit.
Like it's something I get mad at. It's usually something I get mad about, bro. It really is.
Fucking Ricardo Clark.
Anyways,
He had a really hard World Cup, man. I think I can think of like a couple of occasions when you shook your head, like the game against Ghana, and I think also, I'm trying to remember, was that against Slovenia?
yeah, that's who.
Or yeah, it wasn't Poland, it was Slovenia. I mean, the guy, I don't know what the hell was up. I mean, it felt like he wasn't all there, and the fact, like you said, when he subbed him out in that game against Ghana, you knew like that Bob just gave up on him.
Mhm.
I mean, when everybody else had already given up on him, and then like Bob gives up on you.
If Bob Bradley gives up on you,
I remember being mad before the game started. Like, why is this who started?
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Like, that's why it sucks so bad. Like, it just because I remember like him and I talking about like why is this who started? Like, what the fuck is going on? You know when it comes out on TV because back then you couldn't get lineups. You know,
Yeah.
Or it was
You
still
just saw
like
it live.
it was still like waiting for it. Like here we go.
You see it in real time.
Ricardo Clark. What the? All
This is where we talk all things LA guys.
We might hate Ricardo Clark, but we had to talk about who we, I guess,
Hated in the LA Galaxy as a DP. All right, I'll go first.
disliked. It's up to you guys.
Can I go first?
No, well,
Can I
you
go
could give one or two, just so you know. Worst DP or DPs in Galaxy's history.
I'll go first
Go.
because I want to go first.
And name
Damn it.
if you got more than one, name them both on your turn, sir.
Okay, I got two of them, man. Number one, from Pablo Angel. Oh my God, what a waste! What a waste! I mean,
I forgot he was a DP.
the guy, it was incredible how, like, to see his decline. He went from like like one of the top players in the league, and he just fell off the cliff pretty much when he came over, and it was so disappointing because you wanted him to do well, but like with the occasional like little thing he would do, but in the end he was just a waste, and it was just sad. I remember like sitting there watching him, and I was like, what the hell is up with this guy? It's like he's already thinking about where he's gonna go for his retirement home. I mean, come on. And then for me personally, Stevie G.
Damn.
I mean,
I don't accept that.
here's the thing.
Cut his mic.
Hey, cut his mic.
Number one, I don't like Liverpool, never have, never will.
Neither do I.
But when he came over, I was like, okay, here comes this guy who's supposed to be a pretty big deal, but I don't know. I was maybe call me a little paranoid. I got the feeling that he wasn't gonna have his whole mindset was there. And although he did score in that first game, and it kind of helped dispel some of my I guess negative thoughts.
Doubts.
But, my doubts. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, my brain's all messed up
Who's the
right
writer
now, man.
now?
Damn it. I need some thesaurus.com. No, but that was it. It was very rare to see him just pull an entire game and just do well and just do things that you would expect somebody of his caliber to be doing it. I completely lost a lot of respect for him, and on top of that, and this is what really pissed me off. The droves of Liverpool fans that would come, and they're so annoying. And I remember there was that bar across the street where we used to hang out, and one time they came in, and this is a Galaxy bar, and they came in and started singing all their Liverpool songs, And I remember like everybody was angry, and then we kicked them out.
Get the fuck out,
Yeah, pretty
bastards.
much. But yeah, no, Stevie G was a waste of money.
Oh, ouch. You know, I'll go next, but fun fact. The only Galaxy jersey I have with the name on it is Steven Gerrard's.
But that's because all our faces are on it.
Yeah, it's a special one though. It's a special what they did with that.
He was one of my favorite players growing up, so I get to have my favorite team with one of my favorite players' name on it.
And our faces? Damn.
And our faces.
I got an autographed Stevie G jersey.
All right. Oh my! This hat's actually autographed by Stevie G.
All of us.
It is. I'll show you after. My worst DP. I think
Steven Gerrard. Damn. He signed your hat. You're a fucking piece of shit. He signed your hat. You're gonna give him worst DP. You're a fucking asshole.
I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is gonna be a sweep. It's gonna be Juan Pablo Ángel as well for me. I think it was. I mean, there was social media around then, but I don't think it was used the same. So there was. To me, I was excited when Juan Pablo Ángel came, and the guy that showed up was not Juan Pablo Ángel. At least not the one I remember seeing. So that's what's got to be for me. Thankfully, LAFC was around back then, so they took the they took that bullet, and we were able to bring King. But yeah, Juan Pablo Ángel for sure is gonna be my
sick ass locker room deal, huh?
For real.
yeah, dude.
Hey, you guys want a free month lease?
Yeah.
You guys gotta sign your first DP. Here it is.
I want to say. The only reason I'm gonna say Gio is because I didn't know Juan Pablo was a fucking DP at that time. But now that I know he's trash as fuck. So Juan Pablo for the sweep. Just because I didn't know. Just because I didn't know. Just because I didn't know he was a DP. So because I didn't know he was a DP, being a DP, he's shit.
No sweep here, baby. No sweep here.
Gio, damn.
My worst.
Zlatan, damn. You're a piece of shit too.
My worst DP signing is Roman Alessandri.
Limp
Boo this man. Angel, you listening?
Or how
Come
I
get
like
him.
to refer to him as
You know where we're at.
Limp Trini.
Trini.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah,
Out.
You guys say Juan Pablo Ángel, but he didn't get a chance to finish out his contract. You know, not everybody starts off strong. It's about how you finish, and he didn't get to finish.
What
They
problem
kicked him
was
out.
He wasn't finishing.
If we're talking about people that finish and everything like that, you know, that if we're talking about earning your keep, Alessandrini did not earn his keep whatsoever.
But it wasn't his fault though.
Yeah, it absolutely is his fault.
Because
It absolutely is
it's his fault that he got hurt.
It's his fault he didn't stay strong enough and healthy enough. Damn. Who gets hurt from multiple spots back to 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 back?
The French
That's
is
just
the
you,
war.
man. That's just you.
The French.
If we're talking about overall, you know, a lot of people, we discussed it that DP signings don't cost us anything, so why are we bitching? But for those people that are watching, who cost us the most money out of all these DP contracts? Alessandrini did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. His jersey sales don't equal anywhere Stevie Gerrard sold, anywhere where Giovanni sold,
jersey,
Jonah
man.
sold. He sold the least jerseys out of all those DP signings that you guys want to put top 5 or at the bottom. Well, not at the bottom because Juan Pablo, I don't think, sold any jerseys. But if you're talking about playoff wins, what playoff wins? What playoffs? Didn't we go 18? Didn't we go 18 losing season with him?
I mean, we also got a wooden spoon with him. So
We what?
yeah, a wooden
We
spoon.
did go to the playoffs with him. He played it in the playoffs last year.
And
So in your face.
and
yeah,
had an
he went.
assist.
He went to the playoffs last year, and his contribution was fouling somebody away from Zlatan when he scored to possibly start our comeback, being down 2 goals in the final
No, he had
15
an
minutes.
assist in the Minnesota game.
What?
I mean,
That's an unfair game to judge Alessandrini by. What the fuck? He was coming back from an injury into an intense game like that.
Oh yeah.
Zlatan, I know. He came into the
back.
fucking.
You know who came back from injury and balled out in their first playoff game? Kitchen did.
That's what
Kitchen came back against Minnesota
Kevin.
and balled out. If we're talking about contributions to making the team better, your teammates better, winning overall the best thing, Alessandrini didn't do none of that.
He threw up LA signs.
That was cool.
That's cool, bro.
I loved it.
That's cool, bro. How many are we going for participation medals here or?
We
Look,
win with the hand signs.
I got to defend Alessandrini, man.
Defend
He
them.
went, okay. He came in, had 13 goals, 12 assists in 2017. Fantastic. 2018, and he got hurt, but he still managed to get 11 goals, 9 assists.
What was our
And
record?
then,
What was our record that season?
well, I'm just talking. I'm giving you statistics, okay?
Not a
Because
win-win.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic was also on that team, remember?
No,
And
he
so was
wasn't.
Ashley Cole
No,
in
he wasn't.
2018.
17?
2018.
18,
Okay.
18, 18.
Yeah, he scored 11
All right.
goals that season.
And then last year, he suffered that really bad injury. He was gone. He came back, got an assist in the playoffs. So, I mean, the guy, his heart was there. You could tell his heart was there. It's just his body failed him, man. His body failed him,
His
and
heart was there.
Aw.
it sucks. I mean, I have a lot of respect for him
Cause
because
my heart is in the gym, bro. But
I got a lot of respect for him because after the Galaxy failed in that game against Houston in 2018, the only person who came out to address supporters was Alessandrini.
True.
So
that
I
does
have
say
mad
good.
respect for him.
That does say good.
No, he's right. Fuck you, Spenny. What did he do?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Fuck you, Span Bayless.
Yeah, he didn't win. That's what. Before you even finish asking me that question, what did he do to me? He didn't win. He didn't win. We kept him for the entirety of his contract, and he couldn't win. The Galaxy
Win
could have
what?
offered him anything.
Well,
Wooden spoon?
Zlatan didn't win anything either.
Anything.
Zlatan won.
Okay,
Was two
Zlatan-
games further than Drini did.
Zlatan was way better in those 2 years and worth the contract overall compared to Alessandrini.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
put.
No, without a
If we
doubt.
go back, rewind the tape. I didn't put Ibrahimovic in my top 5.
He didn't.
Ibrahimovic is not in my top maybe 7 or 8.
Damn.
Let me tell you, because of the same reason, he didn't win. We're talking about
Hey, you okay,
players
Phil?
that we're signing to be designated players to make an impact on our team.
Yeah.
And the biggest impact you can make in any sports team is winning.
Facts.
And if you ain't winning, then thank you. Next.
I like that song. So
If you ain't winning, you go to China. Damn.
Damn.
Jose
Well,
Salchi.
Alessandrini was the best maybe fan DP signing, but not worth the money and overall the contract that he got paid for.
Jose Salji on the on the YouTube chat says, "Spend Bayless strikes again."
Hey.
And
Hey.
He's
But I'm coming at you with facts,
yeah,
my
yeah,
boy.
those are facts, though. I mean, you offend me, but it's cool.
I believe this is Marito. Ripe Tove. Gio, worst DP. He was healthy and refused to play the last year. Went to what? Sec played.
no, he was cut the last year.
That's
He at
true.
least earned his keep.
All right.
Hangover.
So fuck it. We all agree Juan Pablo Ángel. So this one, this is actually gonna be my favorite one. It's funny because I haven't even picked a fucking player, so I won't go first. Player in Galaxy history that you think should have been a DP that wasn't a DP
All time.
all time.
Since 96.
of all time, since 96, a player that should have got a DP,
Yes.
to me, is going to... Fuck.
Of course, he's gonna say some players.
Ah,
What is it?
is it because I'm Salvadorian?
I'll go first.
Well, I'll say it.
Who's
Cien
the-
Fuego should have got fucking DP. What the fuck? Hell yeah.
for
Cienfuegos
me-
is one of the best center midfields we had in our fucking history who put dimes on people's feet. Him and Zlatan would have been a fucking perfect pairing.
If we're going overall since 96, somebody that I would have been like, why don't you just give him a DP contract? The original Alessandrini. If you want to talk about fan, appreciation.
Oh, you
Kobe
mean a
Jones.
healthy player?
Kobe Jones.
Yeah.
Kobe Jones, not only was he a local talent, but he's somebody that you can tell bled the shirt, has plenty of history for the team scoring the first goal. Even in his later years, he stepped down when he knew that he couldn't perform anymore. The Galaxy, I'm not sure if they had offered him a contract already, an extension, or halfway through the season he retired, something like that.
Ooh, sorry.
Kobe Jones.
Okay.
But I remember he had like the option to keep playing, and he was the one that's take a step back and was like, "Nah, I can't contribute to the team anymore." You're playing at home. You go out on your terms like that. That's also showing respect to the organization that gave you a chance. And I wouldn't have been mad if the DP rule had been in effect and you would have given him some money to stay or take care of him. At the end of the day, he still won championships for us, or at least a title. He put one star up there.
He did.
He bled the shirt. And he's still one of the people that is very approachable. He is very approachable in the stadium, When you see him in the crowd or even walking by. A few years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, he wasn't the commentator yet. so
Yeah.
he would be in the stadium a lot, and he would sit in the regular seats,
Yeah.
in the luxury seats, over there
But-
in front of the.
yeah.
But he would sit in the crowd, and
I mean, they're still regular depending how many.
and you know
money he has.
damn well that he can easily get a box or go in with somebody
course,
in
yeah.
the box. But you can tell that he chose to sit in the seats with fans. It's just a different caliber of player that just appreciates the organization, and it's what you want out of your stars.
He was
past or
Landon
present.
Donovan before the DPs.
I don't know.
Bang, bang. Hell yeah, nah.
Is,
Dude, Kobe Jones was Landon Donovan.
We'll
before
get
that.
into that conversation when we talk about the three players
Well,
you want to see play together
Bang, bang,
in their
bang.
prime.
There it is.
Well, one thing I want to add about Kobe Jones, I mean, it's fantastic that all the stuff you said about him is absolutely true. But he kind of was a DP because at the time, MLS wanted to make sure that the league had U.S. players that were household names, and he was one of the marquee players that was assigned to the LA Galaxy. So essentially, he was a DP. He was a player that was designated for the LA Galaxy,
There's certain
and
facts we don't need to give out.
he got a contract. He got a better contract than most of the players on that team.
He's an
with the
original
exception of Jorge
homegrown
Campos.
contract player.
The two guys that the two big signings that Galaxy got during that time were Kobe Jones, Jorge Campos, and along came Mauricio Cienfuegos. So we had those were our three big guys. But the first one, the first U.S. player, I guess, marquee player they called him
Nah, don't
was
say his name.
Kobe Jones.
I mean, I thought you were about to say some other shit.
Mauricio Cienfuegos was the original Robbie Keane. You were signing something good, but you didn't know what you were getting.
Yo. And then Campos was just fucking amazing to watch. His outfits were fucking the shit. His first LA Galaxy jersey, the yellow one with the Galaxy up in front, that shit was hard.
So you stuck with
Cienfuegos, yeah. To me, Cienfuegos, for one, he was a big advocate for what the community was in LA. As me as a Salvadoran.
On yours.
No,
it's a big part of LA though. He's got.
Yeah, and it was a big impact in what the Galaxy fan base is now, because there's a lot of Central Americans, specifically Salvadorans like me,
you guys came out. You guys came out more.
And the thing was, it was lit, bro. Like we love coming out to watch soccer. Yeah, shit like that. And I would have loved them to see in a DP contract.
That's why.
Especially now.
That's why Edgar's gonna pick Pescadito.
Ooh.
Oh no, wait, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. You're gonna pick fuck. Was Martin
Nah,
Machuca?
you guys don't know who I'm picking.
Ezra
Henderson.
No,
Tyrone Marshall.
I'm
Sasha
gonna
Victorine.
pick one of the most underappreciated players in MLS history. I mean, underappreciated because nobody ever talks about him as one of the greats, but Kevin Hartman, El Gato Hartman, who bridged those early teams with the team that eventually moved to the Home Depot Center.
El Gato Volador.
El Gato
Volador.
Hartman, the guy, he's still with the team. Even though he ended up playing for Kansas City, Dallas, New York, he's still his heart is with LA. And he's one of the best goalkeepers we had, in MLS during this time. He loved the LA Galaxy. He bled for LA Galaxy. He's the main reason Lars exists.
Yeah, I've heard that story. That's cool.
And I'm trying to remember. I think I remember he was selected by in the expansion draft. The Chicago Fire took him, and the Galaxy was so hardcore on about him that they traded Campos and Chris Armas to the Chicago Fire for Hartman and Danny Pena at the time.
Damn.
And that's how much they believed in him. Man, you take Campos, you trade him away because you have so much stock in this guy, and it turned out to be an amazing player for the team. The only thing I remember about him where he really, really messed up was in I think MLS Cup '99 when he had that huge mistake. But other than that, the guy, he was an amazing player and a great ambassador for our team, and he's now
Still is, actually.
He's the manager of our girls academy. I mean, fantastic guy. He deserved DP money.
Yeah, no, that's interesting because I could have sworn. So I'm gonna do two because I could have sworn one of you guys was gonna pick Carlos Pesqueto Ruiz.
He deserves it too, though.
So I'm gonna go with Ruiz, but I had a second one. Ruiz, of course, because he was young. He came here. I think it was more the Galaxy discovering him more than him being like a hot commodity.
The game-winning goal, bro.
Yeah. So it was just a fucking exciting player
Beautiful.
exciting player to watch, and we were lucky, dude, that we discovered him. We should have. I mean, we should have. I mean, we could have locked him down in DP, and I think we would have been able to sell him even with at that price. The person I was gonna pick, it was really interesting because Edgar picks Hartman. I was gonna pick Pinello because I don't know if you guys remember Pinello. He was pretty unreal, dude. We were lucky to have him as a
Wouldn't have been worth the DP though.
Huh?
Wouldn't have been worth the DP.
Wouldn't have?
Pinedo? You mean
At least a
Pinedo?
TAM.
You won a title without him, and you didn't have the team to build after that title. So it would have just been a waste of a DP signing.
The guy
That's
was
not-
the guy
Well,
was
that's
amazing,
not the
bro.
question if it was a waste or not. The question is who would you have gave it to? And I feel that
And I'm just saying it wouldn't have been worth the DP.
Jaime, I mean, he has been
You
one of our
won a-
better keepers in our fucking
Okay, you won a
history.
title without him.
Got on with him.
Whatever, man. This is my
This
my
is your
DP.
this is your fucking list.
God damn.
Ruiz, I'll hell yeah,
Honorable mention, everyone. Ruiz.
yeah, dude, you don't cry a goal like that, and not want to give him a DP.
And he's from the Baby Blue Islands, man. Come on.
For the baby, we're not even islands. We're just a fucking cluster.
It's a
It's
fucking
a cluster of baby blue and white,
It's a fucking joke, Brian.
blue, white, blue cluster.
I apologize for my friend. Even more interesting. Your least favorite G.
All time.
Of all time?
Ooh.
I'll start it. Since Gio, easy. Gio, not necessarily because of what he did or didn't do on the field, but the way he left, and he still had the audacity to fucking talk shit like what he said. And his brother's still here. You know, that's like the fucked up part, saying that it was our fault. We didn't give him what he needed to stay healthy. I was like, dude, we have like friends that are just regular folk that caught you stumbling outside of a fucking club drunk, and you're telling us during the season. And you tell
Well,
us,
actually, he was injured, so he lived out.
oh,
Hey,
that's
I'm hearing a lot of crackling over
yeah,
here.
yeah. Chew's working on it.
Hey, if you're gonna mention that, let me mention the fact that Alessandrini took his broken leg ass to Coachella 2 days after he got hurt, instead of staying as fucking recovering.
Yeah, but he also had 13 goals and whatever.
Not that season.
But he did it.
Not
before.
that season.
Don't matter though.
And what happened that year? Thank you.
So you're gonna hate that G the most? Damn. Yeah. So mine is Gio easy. Again, it's more that than what happened on the field is more like what happened off the field. Like I lost total respect for that guy.
And I'm gonna agree with him. Just what could have been. He was supposed to be the next one, number 10, the next one. That's where you brought him in. That was the mentality bringing him in. He was gonna be our next guy, and he wasn't. He was slapping butts, clapping cakes,
I think Brian's just jealous.
taking breaks off the field.
Oh, what a flow!
It's not. I mean, personally, I don't hate him. It's just what I seen on the field or didn't see on the field as a Galaxy player. He's not my favorite.
For you don't even
Over Jermaine Jones, if you guys want to. Throw some other names
Oh,
out.
if you guys want to in the chat want to chime in, I already have Antonio Banderas. I didn't know he watched. Thought you got snubbed for that Oscar, bro. Anyways, he said Gio or Cole.
Ashley Cole
Interesting.
as the worst EP.
Yeah. No. Just
Wow.
least favorite. Gee, that's interesting. Anyways,
Ashley Cole's funny. That's a funny pick because we even did talk shit on the show. Like, oh, you're gonna come over here and take a break and go to the beach and shit like that.
I didn't.
And then I did.
I have the video backing him.
I did. And,
have
and the thing
that.
is, he came over here and fucking showed us that he did want to be here and that he wanted to play.
What did he do?
I mean,
Oh
he
my
didn't win,
God. There
but
he goes.
bro, we had Gio.
Is that your least? So who's your least favorite G?
To be honest, I just really don't have one. I don't hate anybody that tried.
I got you. Hold on. I got you. I'm gonna
Um,
write it and I'll pass it to you.
if I have to name somebody, it would have to be somebody like.
I'm gonna give you a
Right
clue.
back, Jossie Sardis. Why? Oh,
Damn, that's a good
I'm gonna
one,
give you a
huh?
clue.
It's not JJ.
Nah?
Not JJ.
Oh wow.
I think I'm gonna go with Villarreal.
Wow.
I think he got kept an extra year too long, just because makes sense for salary cap reasons. Yeah, I just have.
No, that's it. That's it.
That's it.
Just if I have to pick somebody, just to mention someone, but I mean, I wouldn't even say Alessandrini just because he did try. He did try. He sweated the shirt. He played for the fans. As DP, he wasn't worth it. Overall, as a player, you want that from a player. But
That's the nicest thing you've ever said about Drini.
Seriously. And you just fucking ripping a new one right now.
Make sure you save
it
that.
has to
Chewy.
be between
Save that audio.
Villarreal. And I mean his brother, not.
Oh.
I mean the younger brother, because
So not Jose. Wait. There's 5 of them. Wait, I don't know.
there's 5. Either him or Rafa Garcia.
Oh yes.
Ah.
Oh, that's my guy right there.
Either one of those two.
Rafa's cool though.
No, hell no.
He nags.
I have it. It would definitely have to be one of the Galaxy 2 guys that came up, or Rafa Garcia.
Zubac, you're a dick.
Maybe Hector Jimenez too. I just
It's like, this guy he just wants to make me smile.
I don't want to really name too many people. Well, I don't want to name too many people. I already named like 4, but I don't have any G that tried. I don't think I can honestly say that somebody put on the shirt and didn't try and didn't deserve to be on the field.
Yeah,
like,
Gio.
Well, he at least earned his keep,
know,
sales wise. So he contributed to the team somehow.
Being hungover?
Hey,
Nice.
So
I seen you play plenty of times hungover.
And I scored.
You know
Damn.
what I'm
Woo, woo, woo,
No,
woo.
you don't. Get out of here.
I get a red card when I'm hungover.
I got Antonio Banderas. He says Andrew Shue. Yes. Hold on. Oh, all right. He does know. Okay, never mind. I was gonna ask them if they knew who he was. Yeah, fucking Merrill's place, bro.
That's
Nah,
dope. You got
man.
2
I
professions,
have-
man.
Dude.
No, I got respect for Andrew Shue, man. He did a lot to market the team as much as possible. He
Hell
used all
yeah.
his Hollywood connections to try to get the team noticed. He's one of the reasons we got on Jay Leno. Remember? And he
I don't
he
remember
took
that.
the team there, and like he made he tried to make El Galaxy a
Bueno.
household name way back in '96.
Dude,
And here's a big one. When the Galaxy went down to Guadalajara to play an exhibition game against Chivas, and the Galaxy won that game, and Andrew Shue came on and scored a goal against Chivas Guadalajara. So there you go.
he was the
Respect.
first one to kill Chivas USA. Andrew Shue actually went to my elementary. I didn't get to fucking meet him.
Get
but
the fuck out
I
of here.
swear to God, Andrew Shue went to our elementary.
Guy.
Yeah, and we didn't. Our class didn't get to meet him.
Gives a fuck.
It was.
You should have
LA
slide tackled his ass in the fucking playground. Like, hey.
At that point, it was LA Galaxy player Andrew Shue. I know. In '96, you were like in college, Edgar, or whatever.
It was.
Yeah, but yeah, a little fun fact there. All right.
It wasn't very fun for us.
Hey, it was not.
All right, you want to know mine?
The other
Let's go.
Villarreal.
Let's go, Edgar.
All right, because there's so many guys over the years that I'm like, no.
I thought it was hard.
One of the no, one of the guys that I remember used to make me shake my head was oh my god, El Matador Hernandez.
Oh,
I'm not saying yes.
That's a good
One of the
one.
reasons why he had a very disruptive behavior about him. I heard that one of the first times he came to practice, he actually drove his Ferrari down onto the field at the Rose Bowl, and while the team was practicing.
That is pimp.
Sometimes during practice, his baby mamas would show up to the practice, yelling at him, disrupting practice, and making his teammates be like, "What the heck is going on?"
Where the fuck were we?
Yeah. All right, so that's one guy, but
Dirt off his shoulder, baby. Dirt off his
somebody, I
shoulder.
mean, there's other guys too, like JJ is too easy. Jermaine Jones is it's a very easy target, but there's only one player that really, really, really made me shake my head and scream for him to get the hell off the field, and that was the first iteration of Alan Gordon.
Oh,
I remember.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God!
Snow-
every time
snowshoes?
we would see him be on the roster, and we would just shake our heads and scream. And I remember one time there was a game where they announced them on the video board, before the game, and everybody in the stands groaned. And in that same game, I remember he took a shot to the face, like somebody kicked a ball right in his face, knocked him out, and he was bleeding everywhere. And the crowd cheered. And when they subbed him out, everybody stood up and gave a standing ovation.
Oh my God. Flash Gordon.
I remember that.
That was.
And
Like
I
I said
actually
before.
told him that once. I was in line to get Landon Donovan's autograph, and Hey, Alan Gordon was there, and I was like, "Hey, Alan." He's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Can you please autograph this Alan Flash Gordon?" And he's like, looked at me, and I was like, "Come on, it's a nickname me and my buddies have for you." And he's all like, okay," and he just ended like that. And then
Oh,
Landon Donovan was next to him and started just cracking up.
you
Not about how you
Uh,
start. It's about how you finish.
No,
And the boy got trophy wear.
not
He
in
does.
Not in Colorado. That's where he finished. Wait, he finished in Colorado, right? I think.
I don't know.
Don't matter.
He's somewhere in the beaches.
I
man.
would
It's
take
fine
him
with
as a
folks.
sub in between
Now.
If we can get Alan Gordon between 2014 and 2016, Alan Gordon to play off the bench for us, give him a contract. So, give him some TMA.
There was one other player I had considered, by the way, and that was Nate Jakwa, who was similar to Alan Gordon,
Wow.
and he was pretty
Big
bummy until he
guy.
went to Seattle. And then when he was in Seattle, he got in trouble.
Seattle, huh?
Seattle's
Free
a
Montero had him, in trouble.
Hey, I got some girls. Come on over.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, how are you?
Nah, do you have any questions?
Hold on. Let me look back. Actually, we got one direct message if you guys want to
See
go.
if we
with
see if we
Yeah.
got
Let's
see if we got
answer
any answers for people's top players, top 3 players to play together.
Oh, I don't think we did. Oh yeah, so we're gonna get to that in a second. The top 3 players to play together, in their prime. So
Who we would want to see?
yeah,
play
you
together.
could mix anyone. I give an example earlier, like Cienfuegos, Campos. They actually played together. That's bad. So let's say,
So just
Let's
from
say
any-
Donovan, Campos, and Emma
Zlatan.
Boateng.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, good example. There you go. Although
Or
Donovan,
Pavon, Kobe Jones,
Ooh.
and Stevie
Andrew
Gerrard.
Jones,
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing something like Kobe Jones, Pavon, and
Rob
Stevie Gerrard out there.
Friend, Joe Franchino,
Joey
Unless you want to see
Dima
fucking
Kovalenko.
Ezra Henderson with
Oh, how
Juan
about
Pablo
Ty
Angel and
How about this? I'm gonna take
hey,
him.
Bo.
Bando and
Haruka
legit.
Etienne.
And
I'm gonna call it. I don't know what to call these. The butchers. So imagine having Dejan, Gerard, Franchino, and Kovalenko all play together.
Oh my
Damn.
God. Hey,
would
throw
we
in
even finish with 11?
Yeah,
Or
we would never
with
finish with
6?
11 players.
throw in Katai, man.
Oh, and throwing a tie.
I don't know. Oh my god.
What you got for us, Eddie?
Oh yeah. So this is the homie Alex.
What up, Alex?
Yes, Alex asked, who would win in a 4-on-4 basketball game? 4-on-4 is under 10 people.
Basketball game.
Yeah, it's under 10 people. That's why.
You gotta keep it 8.
So, NAG news or straight from the stands?
I'll dunk on fucking Angel.
Cake.
I'll teabag him.
Damn.
I would figure we'd put him on it, Spenny on Angel.
Seriously? That was a serious question?
Yeah.
You guys wanna? I bet one of you guys jerseys on this.
In
Yeah.
any sport,
I
we'll
just
smash.
I'll be in the paint. Who's gonna guard me? Rudy?
talking
There,
about
that's at you, Rudy.
Playing 4-on-4 in basketball.
Yeah.
You could put
I'll
me in
alley
the
you,
paint.
Spenny. I got you.
220 pounds of all muscle, baby.
Back down all day, baby.
That's right. I could hit threes.
And jump shots.
Damn,
I was the unicorn before the unicorn was a thing.
We're gonna run the triangle offense with Chewy just passing the ball to everybody.
there's 5 of us.
He's our Shaq.
That's fine.
Oh, we suck.
There's 4 of them. There's 5 of us. Ain't no rules about no subbing. It's 4-on-4.
Yeah, what-
That's fine. There's 5
Triangle
of us.
offense, baby.
It's-
True.
There's 5 of us.
Spenny would lock down, I believe. Angel,
I don't think anyone plays basketball.
you get George. I'd get Masa because he's hurt.
Brian's on Masa because they're both hurt.
That's true.
Fuck you.
And then, yeah,
Good coach, too.
there's gonna be a rotation on Rudy between Chewy and
Just
Edgar.
give Rudy a beer before the game, and
or a brownie from a stranger.
Monday Night Rudy.
From a blind stranger.
Good for him.
That's too fucked up.
Shout out to Straight from the Stands. What's up, guys?
No, those are our boys.
We love y'all.
Hey, man, I'm down to set up that basketball game, though. Got to keep it under 10 people. So.
With the 8-foot court. I dunk on people. Ding.
Nah. We'll keep it 10. It's all right. I don't want no excuses later.
Oh, mid range. Damn.
All right. So here we
Okay.
go. Here we go. We got some coming in. So at least 2. All right. Antonio Banderas, top 3. Keen. No, they played together though.
Yeah,
No. Okay. No. So I guess. If that's his answer, right? Keen, Donovan, and Beckham, which was pretty epic. So.
Yeah.
Those did win championships.
Hey,
so.
Antonio Banderas. good in imagination. Jeffrey G, Cien, Pavon, and LD. Ooh, that's just creativity. I hope you have a good striker up there.
What pavon though?
Plumer.
Aw.
What pavon?
Oh, there you go. Antonio Banderas. Shoe, Donovan, and Zlatan.
Shoes the man, bro.
Who'd get more camera time?
Shoe.
Hey, if straight from the stands listens to us, I'm down to run it. Losers pay for a half keg for the season opener.
Ooh.
Oh, the smaller keg? All right.
Do a 7.5 with some good ass beer for the season opener.
The real opener. The hard opener.
And it'll just be for us, you know? We'll invite a few people. We'll kill a 7.5
Oh, yeah.
Easily. I could do that
for
shit.
the season
I'll kickstand that
opener.
bitch.
I'm ready to lose another shirt. Marito.
Do you have any more dignity to lose?
Aw,
Draw it out, draw it out, draw it out.
Fucking Chewy.
Damn, Chewy. You haven't said much today, but
Dang,
goddamn,
hey,
boy.
Tranquilito. He's human.
You cut deep, Chewy. Dunk on Angel. Yeah, it's fucked up. What was I? Oh, Marito, Zlatan, LD, and Beckham.
Zlatan, LD, and Beckham. Ooh, that'd be nice.
You're just replacing Keane for Zlatan.
That'd be
Okay.
nice.
I know I got my answer, so I got two of them, but I'm sticking to one.
Let's see. They want us. Jeffrey G wants us to live stream the basketball game. I think that would happen if it actually would happen.
I just want to say this now. No, we are not going to stream in a slow motion. That's just us.
Oh, that's fucked up. And yes,
Why you gotta put us down like that?
No, the camera does not add 10 pounds on me. It's already there.
12 pounds, baby.
damn, you just like
I know. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah,
Hey,
I don't want to disappoint my viewers. You know? all 8 of them.
Is that Ben Bayless? Oh, shit.
Get the facts here, man. Get the facts here.
oh shit, oh man. Jeffrey G threw another one out there. He said Polenta, Van Dam, and Omar.
Ooh, that is a solid ass backline right there.
Who's gonna play outside of the middle?
It's 3 back.
Yeah,
You're gonna run a 5-3.
Yep. Because you're going to have Gerard, Jonah in the middle.
Look, if you look to your right,
Hey.
there's a door.
All right.
All right, you guys want to hear mine?
There, go for it. It sounds like you're dying to go.
Right,
Like,
right.
fuck these.
All right, check it out. Because I've been following the team from the very beginning, I think I should be allowed to make 2 lists of 3 players that I think I would want to see play all the time because it's too hard, man. There's so many good guys that you've seen over the years.
I
So,
will say
here's what-
no because that's the point. The point is to look back from the beginning and
To make
which
it hard.
3 you
Top
would
3.
want. That's
Top 3.
You explained this on our
Well-
group chat of why something like this would be so difficult, and
All
that
right,
was the
because-
point.
If I give you my two groups, you guys are gonna probably make an argument about which one would be better. And that's
Well, we can all do that though.
no, but we could open this up for discussion because I think that both of these groups, are worthy for different reasons.
Shoot him.
You want to hear them? Okay,
Yes.
the first one, Beckham with Zlatan and Eduardo Hurtado up front.
Oh,
shit. Lob balls all day.
But that would never happen.
Why?
No, well, we're saying.
Zlatan don't play with nobody.
Don't
You
matter.
you have the Twin Towers up there,
Make it
Akeem
work.
and the big boss man knocking people around.
On some Wolfsburg shit.
And then the other group that I had was Cien, Pavon with Keane up top.
Oh, creativity in the middle just to give it. Oh, Keane would have so many tap-ins though. I think Zubac would do good in there.
Which of those 2 do you think would be better?
I take the Beckham.
The Cien,
I
King,
take the Cien.
and Beckham.
I take the.
Cien.
That's
Pavon
that's
and
an
King?
obvious one. Though.
I would take the Cien.
Nah,
Cien,
Zlatan
Pavon,
don't
and
play
King?
with nobody.
don't matter. You're talking
It
about.
does matter. Zlatan has taken world-class players out of the center of the field so he can have it by himself.
Like
you think an
Cavani?
MLS player from the 90s, 2000s is going to take him out of the middle? No. You're crazy.
But if he could score,
No, absolutely not.
shut that shit down real
Nah.
quick.
Oh man, I would love
There's
to see
there's
that.
a reason why Zlatan was, top 3 in the world at one point, only because 2 people were born before or after him, and that's Cristiano and Messi. If it was for those 2 players, he was at one point the best player in the world. There's a reason that
And
he
he did
pushed,
play with Messi.
There's a reason he pushed out other people from the middle of the field.
And he did play with Messi.
You're not gonna tell me that some player that out of the 14 listeners that are watching on YouTube, that maybe 13 of them don't know who he is gonna force Zlatan Ibrahimovic to.
You just offended all these listeners.
Hey, I'll buy you guys a beer at the next game if you can honestly
Spen
show me
Bayless
how
just
the
said
hell
it.
you would know.
Spen
who-
Bayless
I'm
just
not
said
even
it.
gonna say the name again. If you can tell me without looking back the player that Edgar mentioned to play next to Zlatan, I'll buy you a beer at the next game.
Marito's there, you know that, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Marito gets a beer anyway. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? But come on,
Those two players are basically the same thing.
you would. I would.
And I would rather have.
I would much rather take Cien with Pavon and Keane up top because it plays.
Cien, Pavon, and Keane.
It actually plays.
Oof.
That's what Edgar said, right? You said
Yep.
Cien.
No, he said Beckham.
No, he said-
Cien,
No,
and,
but
But the
no.
second
Keane.
one
No,
was
No, the first one was
Cien.
Beckham, Zlatan,
And I'm assuming.
Ronaldo, and then
I'm assuming
Cien, Pavon, and
Kichan,
Keane.
right?
Yeah. Second one is Cien Pavon.
I'm assuming Kichan, not.
Cien, Pavon, and Keane.
Well, there's two Pavons. You know?
Yeah,
And
prove
Ed, we're talking to Edgar.
Cien.
Edgar knows about them.
Christian,
not the other
Christian
Pavon.
There's
Not the
people probably
Cataraccio,
listening to us that are
Kichan.
talking about only thought about one Pavon, but there's
The Pavon we actually like.
there's multiple
Oh,
Pavon.
shit.
Oh yeah, that guy was.
So I'm assuming he's saying Kichan with Keane and Cien. Yeah, I would take that over Zlatan making some fool play wing when he can run, a 30-yard dash to pass him the ball.
What about Gerard, Beckham, and Zlatan?
Yeah,
I mean, those are
Maybe.
top European
For
players.
me, if we're talking about players in their prime, I would have loved to see Landon Donovan because I don't think there was anybody faster in the league in his prime than Landon Donovan.
Oh, hell no.
With that ball control. So we've seen, players like Antuna lately and Emma Boateng that had speed but had no touch or no control of the ball.
And IQ as well.
And the IQ. We're just sticking to two things here, and they couldn't put those two things together.
I mean, Pavon is that. Pavon
Okay.
is the speed with with everything that we needed.
it's not the same, and Landon Donovan didn't get bodied off as easy, And so for me, if we're talking about top three in their prime, I would have taken Stevie G because he was just a monster.
Oh, Stevie G was one of the best center mid.
Robbie Keane.
Wait. If you're gonna talk about in their prime, you're talking about in their MLS prime or in their prime overall period.
The question was in their prime.
There's two
yeah.
different things.
In their prime.
Because
just-
there's
just in
no way
general.
we're gonna have Steven Gerrard playing in his prime in MLS.
Well, that's the fun part about it.
Yeah,
like
that's
if
the
we
fun
were
part
able
about
to
it.
have anybody that has suited up for the G's and was able to play in their prime, what top three would you have wanted to see?
Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna have Chris Birchall then. Damn it!
Trinidad and Tobago.
Nah, but I would take
Face
Stevie
needles
G,
real high.
Landon Donovan running that wing, and
Zlatan.
no,
What?
Robbie Keane.
Over Zlatan?
Yes, because you're talking about you possibly building a team, not a one-player oriented offense. You're talking about someone or a team that can score from multiple positions. You had Stevie G that could take care of your free kicks, anything outside the 18, as well as creating
Put your
for
dives
anybody.
on the feet.
You're talking about Landon Donovan that could have ran a 40-yard dash faster than anybody in the league,
And control
while
the ball.
having the IQ, controlling the ball, and being able to look up and picking up his passes, and still scoring goals. And then you have Robbie Keane that just, even when he came to us, was able to create not only for himself, but he made Yashi Sardis good, man.
Well, relevant.
We really saw what Yashi Sardis wasn't when Robbie Keane wasn't there. And he
Yeah, we
was-
did. We saw him at right back.
But see, that's the thing too. All three of these players made people around them better. So you would have had a better overall team with them on your squad. And if you put Jonathan Dos Santos behind Stevie G, like, prime. Oh my god.
If you're gonna talk about
What if you
players
were to
in
have
prime,
a Stevie G, Jonah, and Cien in that center
Hey, my
mid?
guy.
Woo!
Come up with your three and then
It's a tough one because I think to your argument with that Keane and Ibra in his fucking heyday, bro, way over Keane by far. So that let's say you give is pretty good, but Keane over Zlatan. Zlatan's prime is number 3 in the world, and maybe one of the greatest of all time. This dude is 6'7" forward who could do all these amazing things and be one of the most productive forwards in world soccer. and he's shown us.
Imagine like a Kichan 7, fucking Kobe Jones
Oh, Kobe Jones.
as
is.
as not a 9.
Pavon will
As
fucking run
help me
those
out
all
here.
day.
What, Kobe Jones is what?
As a it wouldn't be.
It'll be 11 now.
Hey,
It's
wait,
11.
Kobe Jones
And
is
then-
a 13, bro.
Okay, I'm saying okay. Imagine Kichan and Kobe Jones on the wings and a Landon Donovan running a number 10.
And he has something
how
up
about
top. I mean, fuck. I mean, we can talk about all the what ifs.
here's another one for you that you guys are forgetting. What about Carlos Hermosillo in his prime playing up top?
Nah, I
The
take
guy scored
Carlos
106
Reis over
goals
fucking
in
Hermosillo.
that game, man.
Nah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
take.
hell yeah.
I wouldn't take Reese over Hermosillo.
Hell yeah.
You're
What the fuck?
tripping. In the prime?
Hermosillo
Yes,
was
I would take
badass,
fucking
man.
Oh, you're
Reis
tripping.
over Hermosillo in
Oh.
the prime. What are you talking
Once,
about?
once you get off, go on YouTube.
Oh.
You're talking about Carlos Reis over.
Hermosillo in their
Hermosillo.
prime.
Hermosillo
Hell
in
yeah,
his
what do you mean?
No, I'm not taking Pescadito over.
Hermosillo in their prime?
his Bro, I don't even watch Mexican soccer. I'm like,
Hermosillo was a beast in his prime.
I would take Carlos Reis over that.
Bestia, güey.
He's a more mobile forward. Way more mobile forward. And Borghetti's a better forward than Hermosillo. Put it like that.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Check it out. Check it
You're-
out.
just for
Carlos
our viewers,
Hermosillo.
just to remind you guys, he is Central
Salvadorian.
American.
So I don't watch much Mexican
I was
soccer.
forced to watch these things, man. You know?
All right.
I watched
Check
the
this out,
fucking
guys.
Chivas America Clásicos when I didn't want to.
For real.
In his prime, Carlos Hermosillo in 95-96 season scored 36 goals in one season.
Ooh, some facts.
Yeah, that's his Liga MX. We're not talking about some like small league either.
We're not
'Cause,
talking
it's
about
always been very
2002
competitive. We're talking about La Liga Mexicana. He scored 36 goals in that one year, and the previous season he had scored 35.
But then
So
he
in
get
2
one?
seasons he scored about 71 goals in 2 seasons.
And the most important question: did he get one with us?
We're talking about in his prime, right?
Yeah. You're in the
Bro.
wrong. You're in the wrong argument right. You're in the wrong argument right now, Brian.
Carlos Reis in his prime got us a championship. Did he not?
That's it.
Was he not one of the
All right,
most
you want-
prospected
you
Central
want-
American
you want
forwards
that with-
in that time?
You want that argument? How many league records did he break? How many fucking?
Well, he
World
set a record with that. Like,
He set the record.
Carlos Reis fucking set a record.
Not the league one. How many
team
world,
one.
how many World Cups did he go to?
Well, dude, nobody in Central
What
America
other-
goes to World Cup.
how many-
That's not even an
Zimbabwe went to
argument.
the World Cup. Honduras went to the World Cup. Costa
Oh,
Rica
bro.
went to the World Cup.
Costa Rica, Panama, damn.
Salvador in the 80s.
Y la selecta ni mierda, loco.
Nicaragua
because
went
I-
to the World Cup.
Just because I want to mention it, if we're only concentrating on defense, I would take Sean Franklin, Yellow Van Dam, Omar Gonzalez, and
Ashley Cole.
Yeah,
That'd be a
Their
badass
primes.
four-back.
You-
Sean
If you want to
Franklin,
talk
bro.
about defense too, back in the day, Dan Calichman, Robin Fraser, Greg Vanny,
Lalas? Oh, no, fuck this.
Lala's played it.
He was solid,
and
though. He was
no, I
solid.
didn't say Lalas. No, there's one more I'm trying to think of. Danny Pena. If you ever saw Danny Pena play, he was one of the most feared players in the league.
Yep.
The guy was like
He's a
Chewbacca
brute.
in the back line, man.
Hey, I haven't even given my list. Have you given yours?
Man, fuck your list. Nah, go ahead.
Yeah. So finally, I get to give my list. I'm gonna go with Stevie G, of course, in his prime. Whew. El Bex, and Zlatan.
Antonio Banderas saying I was going to go to Qatar. If that happens, man,
You'll be
I'll
in
drink an
Qatar.
entire bottle of
Oh,
Flor.
shit. If Nicaragua makes it to the World Cup in Qatar,
I'll drink an entire bottle of Flor, man.
I'll roll with you to Qatar. Edgar, I'm down.
We'll throw you a
We're
party.
gonna-
No, I just thought
Si
about
la
it.
selecta.
You know what we should have made the question? Top 3 non-D players that you want to see play together.
Well, it'll probably be next week.
we got 8 weeks to go, man.
I mean, we're in quarantine, bro. What the fuck?
I can't even leave this house.
For real. ¿Qué pedo?
So yeah, I would go Stevie G, Beckham, and Zlatan. Mind you, these are primes.
Yeah.
So Beckham would be playing out wide.
And those are players that have,
Gerard would destroy the middle, and he can play a ball through. And if he finds himself with no
Nah,
space,
we would play with a 3-3 style. You know,
whatever.
Beckham and Stevie Gerrard would
Still,
stay
and still Beckham in his prime.
with fucking
Dude, I'm
Klein running the wing or what?
bro, yeah. hell yeah.
Yeah, overlap.
Give it crosses to fucking Zlatan. What you mean?
I'll take it. I get prime.
With
Klein.
King legit
Prime
running the
Klein.
wings.
Hey, you know what they say? You could be Clyde.
Shout out to Riot Squad if you know what we're talking about. That's circa 2012, 2013. Before that. All right, we're getting out.
Off track. Yeah, man.
That was before championships, though.
McGee, greatest goalkeeper of all time.
Yeah, I mean that would be my three. Just that simple. Destroying the middle.
You know what? Honorable mention to who should have deserved an MVP DP slot. Mike McGee.
Mr.
Mike
November.
McGee.
Mr. November.
McGee
The guy
deserves
won an
a statue.
MVP when he went home. The guy went home.
on a trade season.
The guy went home and won an MVP title and was like, "Yeah, I'll shoot through again. I'll come back."
Oh, well, you guys relying on Kanye? Nah, Chi-Town. I'm gonna throw you on my back. Mike McGee. Well, last question. I'm just so sad, man. It's like these
We're
are.
creeping up on midnight, by the way.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah,
All right.
let's wrap it up.
All
bro.
right, wrap it up. Last question. Keep it short and simple, and I'll actually start it off. Favorite game or memory you have with the Galaxy? I think one of the most epic nights I got to witness in person was the Superliga final. That moment, the Chris Klein moment, because there was no Beckham on the field, because it was like one of the first times. Like you're playing a Mexican club and the Galaxy fans when that goal win drowned the Pachuca fans because it was just so fucking loud and it was an epic
Oh,
goal.
yes, and that's what Pachuca was fucking dominant as
Yeah.
fuck.
Huh?
They were fucking good in
Yeah,
the next
Pachuca.
league.
Yeah,
Yes,
they had
were
that
really
goalie that
good.
wore the hat or
They
the
won the title
bandana.
the
They were
next
really
year.
good.
Yeah, so that was my personal one. Short and sweet.
For me, it was the 2011 championship because it was my first championship seen live. And dude, I sat with you guys. I think in the Galaxy side.
You didn't stay with me.
Well, I think I was next to these fuckers.
Actually,
It was him,
9/11.
David, Skippy, and my cousin Willis, and we sat there in the Galaxy. Dude, it was
Your cousin Willis?
No, cousin Steven, and then Willis.
Oh.
And that was my first championship that I went to, and dude, the greatest game I ever seen live, aside from the comeback of the 4-3, because that game was fucking special. But the first championship I got to see, 2011 against Houston, that shit was tight, as you can see.
I'm going to just go a different route just because of the potential that I saw. And this is a game that I think only a couple of us got to go because of the demand of tickets. And that was the first LA Galaxy versus Madrid game. I remember it being difficult just even for me and Eddie to get tickets. And
Ever went with us randomly.
yeah, and I think he was one of the reasons we got the tickets, actually.
Yeah, he pressed like we should get him.
Yeah, like he's one of the like none of us were really gonna go, and we went, and the stadium was packed over capacity. We didn't even try to go to our seats because it was just ridiculous, and people were just standing everywhere on top of rails. The grass was packed. We had this guy in particular next to us that he was just so much about Zidane that every time he touched the ball, you can see his passion to just want to watch that one player. And it just showed me what the potential was. And I was hoping that one day we would get to that. Obviously, we can't because of capacity issues. But it was just ridiculous.
Was that the tail end of the Galacticos? Or the tail end?
It was the Galacticos still before Beckham came.
So you know who scored on us? Michael Owen scored on us.
Oh, the Ginger.
And
Tight.
it was just so packed. It was so loud.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
And then the energy was different too because it was like, I mean, not literally, but it just felt like everyone had smile on their faces, and it was just
Everybody
you get to see one of the greatest clubs of all time in the world, bro.
So the Home Depot, which was back then the Home Depot holds what, like 22,000, right?
25.
25. So you had people on the grass, you had people standing all on the corners, you had people standing in the seats, like just jam packed on top of each other. So, you're talking maybe 28, 29,000 people there. And they were all just overall happy to watch that game. It was like a friendly of the friendlies. Just overall all excitement. It was crazy because I had never experienced that. I'd only had experienced that when we would go to like doubleheaders at the Coliseum because you were forced to sit.
For the first shit game and then the big one after that.
That's the only time that I would actually witness big ass crowds like that. But you would still see like a rivalry. You would still see people talking shit to each other. But here, everybody was just happy to be there.
Yeah.
And
that's dope, dude. I missed out on that.
It was an unselfish experience, It was just about being at the game, witnessing the game.
Two biggest clubs in their respective leagues.
For all we know, that's the moment Beckham saw the potential
True.
too.
because this was like I'm saying, this was pre him coming over
2005,
here. This
2
is
years.
2005, 2006.
Real quick, on the chat, this is a good one. Jeffrey G. When the league was together for AJ's and his saddest moment, it made me love
Yes,
this league even
that
more.
that is beautiful. That was beautiful. The whole league this time for the
Luka
Luka,
knows
right?
that.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna touch on that. You know, it's,
No,
that's
it was
personal
great.
to a player, and I'm
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not gonna touch on that.
No, but the whole league got together, which is true, and that was awesome.
It was. And we love you, AJ, by the way.
I'm not gonna-
Antonio Banderas' first championship, watching it on TV, loved it, even though we lost. Or I assume he means 2002, but yeah, that was Antonio Banderas. So who's up? You were up.
Edgar.
Edgar's up.
Edgar.
Am I going to be the anchor for this one?
Yes, you are.
Chewy,
All
Chewy
right.
could, you know.
Oh,
Okay.
go ahead, Edgar. We'll let Chewy close it out.
All right, because I got a good argument for you.
Okay.
I was there in '96 for that first game, and
Damn, he is old.
it was such a beautiful moment. I don't want to use too many superlatives, but there's only one other time when I remember feeling the same way, and that was when I first met my wife.
Aw.
It's like it's like when you first meet someone, when you first see something, your first experience with somebody or something, and you know that this is going to be an important part of your life, for as long as you can remember.
Bars.
And it's something that's always going to be there for you, and it's uniquely yours. That it's something that you got to see from the very beginning.
Bars.
And I remember feeling so much excitement, and um, there's so much love for the team, and seeing, the excitement from the players, when Kobe scored the goal, the way, he ran down the sidelines. I mean, it was beautiful hearing the roar of the crowd and just knowing that here was our team. This is our team that's going to represent, the entire city, the entire county of LA. And it's one of my most cherished sports moments of all time. Just I remember driving up with one of my best friends. I invited him over. He had never been to a soccer game before, and I invited him, and he loved it. We still talk to this day about it. It's just es un amor eterno, and that's where it began right there.
Papito. Woo.
Damn.
So yeah, first game
I'm
'96.
about to cry right
We
now.
should have made you go last. Chewy, what kind of whack ass story do you have?
I'm about to cry, bro. What the fuck?
Huh? For
Amor
what?
eterno. That is.
That was
that's-
awesome. Okay.
For what or what? What are we talking about?
Oh, sorry.
We love you, Chewy.
First favorite game, favorite moment, Galaxy. Chewy está medio dormido ya.
Well, yeah. Tiene sueño este maje.
Favorite game?
Dale pues.
Moment? Shit, man, I don't think I have one yet.
Oh, to be continued.
2020 LA Galaxy winning the championship. Damn. That's crazy.
I mean, I've only been following since my first game was the 2014 championship. That was my first game going to the Galaxy. So
Not a bad memory.
yeah, it's not bad. I'm not saying
It's a
it's
really
my favorite,
good one.
though.
Ooh, it's not his favorite.
Ooh.
What is your favorite, Chewy?
That's what I said. No, I don't have one yet.
Yeah, I don't think I have one yet. The way Edgar described that feeling,
Oh, you fucking put our fucking feelings to shit.
I
Fuck.
don't feel that moment's come for me yet.
I think I said the same thing about the Madrid game. You know, the potential of it was just.
Yeah, but his words were a lot more beautiful than.
Yeah, you don't. Do you English, bro?
Hey man, I don't remember
Here's the
since when I've
thing
been following
about-
the team. I really don't. I know that we were watching it because of the Mexican players, but to sit here and be like, yeah, I was about the team since day one, I'm not gonna front like that either. I knew who the team was. I remember that Eddie had gotten the original ball from Stonewood Mall.
The Mitre one, the MLS Mitre
Yeah,
one.
that shit was
That shit
tight.
was tight.
But to sit here and be like, I was about the team from day one, I wasn't, man. I was a 5-year-old kid,
Yeah.
All I did was watch the fucking whatever was on TV, and we would watch them because of Jorge Campos. And then when fucking Luis Hernandez came, of course, fucking
Carlos Hermosillo
Matador,
came
you know what I'm saying?
before, yeah.
So that's why I have affiliation to the team. But to sit here and be like, yeah, this is day one, I'm more than I can't. And I won't. I'm not going to front like that. If you were there day one, good for you. I'm going to believe your story, but I'm not going to sit here in front like I went to the first game and I was watching the season. Yeah. Nah, man. I'm telling you, for me, it really clicked. Like, it really, really clicked when Donovan came. Because before that, it was kind of like, yeah, you would watch him every once in a while. But, I hated Donovan. Fuck, I hated that fool in San Jose.
Motherfucker,
I hated
We
him
all
in San
did.
Jose,
Oh,
man. I
bitch.
really did. And I would hate it even more because I would watch him and we would support I started watching more the U.S. men's national team before I really lock down and watch the Galaxy. And I'm not ashamed to say that. I don't give a fuck, you know?
Yeah.
It's different for everybody, you know? Maybe you watch it because you got free tickets to the Rose Bowl all the time. I started watching it because I just like soccer. And when Donovan came, for me, it was like, it's us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know? I
And,
hated that for when he
those
was
are facts.
there.
Everybody
No.
has their different story why they became a character.
But that's tight. If you were able to go to the first game, run up on the field, like, you know damn well, you guys knowing me, I would have fucking for sure ran up on the field like, let me get your jersey.
Imagine us at this age going back to '96 and,
But that's
seeing that first
tight,
game. That
you
is
know?
tight, bro.
There's that story that LA Galaxy came out with. Kobe Jones narrating that little storyboard.
Yeah.
You know, I
that
didn't know
was
that.
cool.
I
That
didn't
was
know.
really cool.
I didn't know about like people not getting into the stadium, and I believe that
true.
because if you ever been to the Rose Bowl,
That's a bitch to get
if
in
you
and
don't
out.
show up on time, you don't get
And
in.
yeah.
I can
hate
tell
that
you
shit
stuff
out there,
about
bro.
that game.
And
I remember, like, I could tell you the story about it because I was there. I remember seeing it happen. I was sitting in the southwest corner of the stadium, halfway up, and I remember, like, at the beginning, it was a good sized crowd and there was a buzz in the air. But then, kickoff started, and they had put these tarps down because they did not expect to sell out much of the Rose Bowl. And these tarps were there, to just kind of fill in the blank seats. So, you didn't have too many empty seats, but people started coming in and more people started coming in. And what people started doing is that they started moving down closer to the field. They were lifting up these tarps and they were like moving closer to the field and
Oh
filling
shit.
in all those empty spaces. And the stadium, I mean, the team, the Rose Bowl, staff, they weren't prepared for that, and because more people showed up than they were expecting, and security was there, didn't know what to do because these are soccer fans. These are not your weekend warrior college football fans. These are soccer fans that are coming to experience something for the first time, and the way that the soccer fans cheer, the way that they chant, and the stuff that they yell, they did it. They thought it was kind of aggressive, and they started arresting people at the stadium. I remember.
What the fuck?
They were confiscating flags. They were confiscating, the things that the crowd had. There's other people that have been in that game. I can think of like Linda Pickle was there for the first time. Everybody knows Linda Pickle. She's a
Yeah.
Galaxy matriarch. You could ask her. She was there, and I remember I was just like, oh my god, this is bigger than I ever expected, and it's true. The line up the 110 freeway and to get off on California and come down Arroyo Park, it
Ugh.
was packed. I remember like when you're trying to get out of there, it was like a huge parade of people honking their horns with waving Galaxy flags. It was something huge, and you knew this
That's
is
what's
gonna
up.
stay,
And then I
man.
believe because that would happen when you would go watch the double headers.
Yeah.
Like you knew for a fact that you might as well just stay in the stands for an extra hour
Yep.
because you weren't gonna get out.
those are
you know,
facts, those are
I
facts.
knew that when I would go with my pops. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucked.
And I think
I'm gonna have to kick it with
and
you.
I think to what Spenny said
After the fucking
about
game for
Kobe
now.
Jones narrating that first game, Kobe Jones said it best. Soccer is here, and at that moment, that was beautiful. Because look where we're at now. I love that much.
Hey, but if anybody wants to talk shit about my experience, fuck you. I got pictures. I got pictures with Jorge Campos and Luis Hernandez, circa 1998, because I knew they were fucking LA Galaxy and they were in town. They were about to go to the Mexico training camp, and I just went straight for that, just straight for them. I didn't care about fucking Pablo Pardes. I didn't care about Suarez. It was just Galaxy players. Y'all play for my city. let me get that autograph.
Oh man, great times, good times. All right, guys. It's getting pretty late.
Yeah.
Saturday night. I know you guys are trying to hit the clubs. Like,
Who's up for a
Club
Tommy's
BBs?
run right now?
Ooh.
no,
I'm gonna
I'm
post
good.
those pictures, by the way.
Thank you everyone who
I'm serious.
stayed
I'm gonna send
stayed
them to
with
you.
us here on this late Saturday night.
Yeah, man, you guys are the
I know things are tough right now, but keep your heads up. Well, we'll try to bring as much content as we can. Things like this, if you guys have any ideas that you guys want us to do, shoot us an idea. Shoot us a DM. Again, we'll take anything into consideration. We need to come up with as much content as we can.
Yeah, of course.
No request is too crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, thank you guys. Be safe out there. Make sure to follow us on all social medias. We're on everything from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, yada yada yada. Streaming services, please share those. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud. Make sure to hit the like button on this video and share it as well. We really do need those like, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can find me on Instagram as Eddie_Nags, Twitter Eddie Nags all together.
And then you can find me as Bryant Nags, BRYANT__ Nags NAGS on both Instagram and Twitter.
To be determined. Just because I'm trying to change it to Skip Bayless on Twitter.
Spend Bayless.
Spen
Or
Bayless.
I actually tried Skip Bayless.
Skip Spenny.
I tried. I tried like 4 different ones that didn't work out. So I gotta find one that does.
We'll get it. We'll. To be determined.
To be
Yasso?
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter as TravisJA. TravisJA. Pretty easy.
Edgar?
Simple.
You know, I actually have some free time now, so I could probably sit down and put together a dedicated Twitter page.
There you go.
But I will shoot it out next time. I promise.
Edgar Nags.
Edgar Nags.
Coming soon.
Don't steal that, man. See, this is what
Damn
happened
it.
last time. You announced what I was gonna do for my Twitter, and all of a sudden it's up already. Who the fuck uses Spend Bayless? You know?
All right. Thank you, everyone, again for watching. Again, keep your heads up. Wash your hands. We're going to be all right. Till then,
Keep on nagging.
keep on nagging.
Keep
And
on
straight
nagging.
from the
On
stands,
nagging.
hit us up. What's up? 4
What's
versus
up?
4.
Basketball, what's up?
Mini keg. She's a real
NAGTV.com. NAGTV.com.
Night TV.
Keep on nagging.
I don't know what they're doing, but NAG TV.
Yes. NAGTV.com. Oh, we're not.
So we're
oh,
up?
okay. Yeah. Oh, shit.
I'm
All right.
like waiting for the music to cue over here. Looking like a.